Sarah. Today I am filming this full glam prom makeup look for you guys. So although I went to prom quite a few years ago now, oh my god, I don't even want to think about that, I figured I would do this video for all the girls out there going to prom. You can even use this if you're going to a wedding, any special event. It's also very easily changed out to match your dress. Just change the lip color and the lid color and you are good to go. And I absolutely love the way this look turned out. It's full coverage without looking super cakey. So if you guys want to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I have one eye done, so let's get started on the other so that, you know, as I always say, we don't look so crazy. Alright guys, so to start off, I am going to be using my Kat Von D Shade and Light eye palette. And I can never find the names of these. Okay, so I'm going to be taking the shade Ludwin, which is like this cream color shade here, this big guy. And I'm just going to be setting my whole entire eye with it because I already primed it with concealer and primer potion. So I just want to make sure that's set down so it doesn't crease at all. This is just like a really neutral skin tone color. This will just help the shadows not skip and blend out a whole lot easier than just putting them on like a really sticky base. Alright guys, so now that I have set my base, I'm actually just going to take a piece of tape, and you want to put it on the back of your hand or on your wrist or something and peel it off a couple times so it's not super sticky on your eye. And then just create a shape going from a line from your outer corner of your eye to the outer corner of your eyebrow, trying to make it as even as possible with the other side. Okay, and then we are going to be going in with this warm brown shade here. It's called Latinus, and I'm just going to be taking a Urban Decay Smoky Crease brush and applying this in the crease. So I'm just using a very light hand at first, and like I usually say, keeping most of the product in the outer corner, and then once I have less product, I'll take it into the inner corner. And then I'm also going to be taking this shade about halfway onto the lid. Okay, and then I'm going to be taking my Urban Decay Smoky Smudger brush, and I'm going to pick up that same shade Latinus and then just put this in the very inner part of the, like in the actual crease, because I feel like for some reason the shadow's kind of skipping there, so I'm just going to pack that in there. And then with that same brush, I'm going to go in with my next shade, which is Side Tree. And it's this shade here. It's like a warm chocolate brown color. And taking that same smoky crease brush, or sorry, this same smoky pencil brush, smoky smudger brush. I say this every single time. I use this in every single eyeshadow look, and I still can't remember. And I'm just going to pack this on the outer corner and right in the crease of the outer corner. I'm not taking this very far up though. Okay, and then I'm just taking a clean, fluffy crease brush, and I'm just going to blend out the edges of this look. And then we are going to be doing a cut crease, and I'd say it's definitely a little bit more than half a cut crease on this eye. Like, I did it pretty far out. So I'm just going to be taking my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Sand and just a flat concealer brush. This is a Sigma F70. Just a flat concealer brush. And I'm going to take a very small amount of concealer, and I'm just going to very, very slowly cut my crease. You want to take your time doing this. I said this in my last video. There's no rush. And then once I have it towards the edge, I'm just going to take a fluffy shader brush and then just blend out that edge so that it's not such a harsh line between the concealer and the eyeshadow. And then I'm just going to go over all of it as well so that there isn't too much concealer packed in any one place. And so now our crease is cut. And so next I am going to go in with a single eyeshadow. So I actually picked up a couple single eyeshadows from Buxom, and I've been really liking them. Okay, so I am going in with this pink champagne shade, and it's called, wait, this one, and it's called Champagne Buzz, and it's just this really pretty pale pinky champagne color. And I figured it was like neutral enough to go with any prom dress. I mean, you can always change this shade as well. It's really easy to change out, but I just figured it was like really flattering and wouldn't steal the show, you know what I mean? Like your makeup still looks really pretty, but your dress still takes the cake. Okay, so I'm actually just going to take my MAC 239 brush, which is just a flat shader brush, and then pick up some of this color and pack it on my lid where we put that concealer down. So this just really brightens the eye up and opens it up, as well as adds a nice little bit of sparkle. Then when I have less product on my brush, I'm just going to gently sweep it over where the two shadows meet. Then I'm going to go back in with more of this shadow, and then taking some Urban Decay setting spray. You can definitely use Max Fix Plus, I just don't have any, and just spray my brush. This will just make the shadow that much more shimmery and vibrant. So once we have that guy packed on, I'm actually going to go back in with my crease brush and the first original shade that we placed in the crease, and just very gently go over again where the two shadows meet, just to blend them out a little bit better. And then I am going to move the tape very gently. Okay, so next I'm going to apply a very small wing, and I'm just using my I'm using my Stila Stay All Day liquid liner pencil, and I'm just going to create a very small wing using the eyeshadow line as my guide, like where we took the tape off. Alright guys, so I have my liquid liner on, so I'm actually going to go apply my false lashes, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I am back and I have lashes on now. They are hella dramatic. So we are going to move on to the face makeup now, so I'm going to get all this. So, first things first. I'm not ready. No. First things first is I'm going to take my Urban Decay Optical Illusion primer, and this is just going to blur your pores and make your skin appear that much more flawless. So I'm going to apply this on places where my pores are larger, which tends to be around my nose and the cheek area around my nose. Today I have decided I'm going to use my L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible Foundation. I'm going to mix a little bit of the Pro Glow because I don't want my face to look super flat, but also I feel like this photographs, the matte photographs better than the glowy, just because you don't want to look super shiny in pictures. And apply this to my face. Dumbo ears are out to play. And then taking my beauty blender, I'm just going to blend that out. You want to make sure you don't use a foundation with an SPF on things like prom or anything that you're going to have flash photography taken, weddings, prom, etc., because you will get a flashback from the SPF. So that is another reason why I chose this one, is because there's no SPF in it, so I know there won't be any flashback. And you definitely want to make sure you blend your foundation into your hairline and your ears and down your neck for things that you are going to be getting pictures taken with, just to make sure that everything is even, because that would be horrible if your face is one color and you can either see the line where your foundation is or your neck is a different color. So like when I was doing this for my friend, she was wearing a strapless dress, so like I took the foundation all the way down her neck. You know, you can even take a little bit on the chest if you really want, making sure that it is just seamless. And then I'm just going to go back in with a little bit of the Pro Matte just on the center of the face, just so that I can assure that is the most matte. So just a little bit more on my nose, forehead, while adding like a little bit extra coverage. And then just a little bit more on the cheeks. Alright, so now I'm going to go in with my concealer, and of course I'm using my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer in the shade Light Sand. While you do want to go a little bit lighter with your concealer, you don't want to do anything super light. Like I would say like 1 or 2 shades lighter at most, because again, it'll be enhanced in the flash photography, so you don't want like really light triangles on your face. So I am going to apply the concealer in a triangle. So I'm going to go down the sides of my nose, and then I'm not going to go past my nostril, and then I'm just going to take this guy all the way out. So that is a ton of concealer, and normally I wouldn't use that much, but like I said, we are going full coverage today. I'm going to blend that out before I put concealer on the rest of my face. So you want to pounce this in place, because if you are bouncing it anywhere else, you're going to spread the product a lot, and we want to keep this to where we want the concealer, if that makes sense. Like, we don't want the whole entire face highlighted. So you want to look up and relax your face so that you don't settle this into any fine lines. And then I'm going to take the butt end of the Beauty Blender and pounce this guy out. I'm going to take a little bit of that concealer down the center of my nose. Center of my forehead, and then my chin, and this will just balance it all out. So now I'm going to be taking my Laura Mercier Loose Translucent Setting Powder, and I am going to attempt to bake. So I'm just going to make sure that the concealer under my eyes is blended out seamlessly, because if it's not, we'll be in big trouble and you will set your creases. So right before you apply your baking powder, you want to make sure that everything is seamlessly blended out. And I'm just going to dip my damp Beauty Blender in the powder and pack this under my eye. We're also going to bake the sides of our nose. And then I'm just going to lightly set the rest of my face with my Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Powder Foundation. And I'm just going to use a big fluffy face brush for this. And I'm just going to set the rest of my face, just stamping this on. So I am going to be taking first, I know this is going to be a lot of steps, but I just enjoy layering. So first I'm going to be taking my well-loved NARS Laguna bronzer, and I'm just going to bronze up my face. So I'm going to be using a stipple brush, and this I just feel like diffuses the color really nicely. And I'm just going to apply this to my cheekbones, And I apply it just a tiny bit higher so that my cheekbones don't look sunken in. I'm applying it to the temples and the sides of my face. And then don't forget the jaw. And then, because I'm super extra, I'm going to take a shimmery bronzer. And it is the Too Faced Sweetheart Bronzer in Sweet Tea. And I really love this bronzer. It's just nice and luminous. So I'm going to apply that just to the cheeks a little bit to kind of brighten it up. And then taking my beauty blender again with just whatever's left on that, I'm just going to apply just a tiny bit under my bronzer just to clean it up a little bit. And then just right away dust that off with a big fluffy powder brush. I don't want it to be too harsh. And then I'm also going to take a little bit of the setting powder and put it in my smile lines, because I find that the more makeup I wear, the more it settles into my smile lines. So I'm just going to set that for a little minute. Now that'll look crazier than normal. I'm just gonna let that sit for a minute and then we will dust everything off. Alright, so I'm going to take the same big fluffy powder brush. This is an IT Cosmetics powder brush. And I'm just going to very lightly sweep off the baked under my eyes and the sides of my nose. And then from my smile lines. So next we are going to apply blush, and I'm actually going with a peachy shade today. It's like a peachy nude shade, and it is the Tarte Amazonian Clay 24-hour blush in the shade 12-hour blush? 12-hour blush, not 24-hour. 12-hour blush in the shade Risque. And I'm just going to take this on my IT Cosmetics blush brush and apply this to the apples of my cheeks. And you're going to want to apply a little bit more blush and bronzer than you normally would. A, to show up in pictures. B, because blush and bronzer are what is going to fade the quickest. So then I'm going to go back in with that big fluffy powder brush, and I'm just going to blend those two together. So next, let's finish the lower lash line. I'm going to go back in with the first crease shade and a pencil brush. So this is a Sigma E30 brush, and we're just going to apply this to the lower lash line. And then we are going to take the Smoky Smudger brush and the second color that we applied and applying this closer to the lash line, keeping this on the outer half of the eye. And last two steps are highlighter and lips. So I actually don't want to go for anything too blinding of a highlight, just because I feel like in pictures I don't know if I'd want my highlight to be the center of attention. So I'm definitely going to get a glow on, but nothing super crazy. So I'm going to be using the NARS Hot Sands highlighter, and I absolutely love this highlighter. It's so pretty. You can build it up, and it's just such a flattering shade on my skin tone that it's like my skin but highlighted. And then of course applying some to my cupid's bow, and then just the smallest amount to the nose. And for lip color, I don't know what I want to do. Okay, let's go in with Cocoa K first, because it'll be easier to take off if I don't like it. Alright guys, and because you're going to prom, you're going to want to set your face so that your makeup lasts all night long. So I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. And you're going to want to, I like to fan it with something so that it sets down really nicely. So just close your eyes and make sure your face is relaxed so that you don't set any creases or funny lines. Alright guys, so that completes today's makeup look. I hope you enjoyed it. I absolutely love the way this look turned out. I think it's super easily customizable to whatever color dress you're wearing. Just switch your lip color and your lid color and you're good to go. But I do feel like this look is neutral enough for pretty much any color that you're wearing. So if you did enjoy this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe so you can see more videos from me in the future. And we will see you all again very soon. Bye everyone!